My name is Mol Sampal, part of Quantum Computing India. I see a lot of familiar names, so you guys know about what we do as a community. But just to give a quick intro, we are a community around quantum-related skills. So right now we are focused on quantum machine learning, quantum hardware, quantum cryptography, quantum finance to some extent. Like though we started off with a use case, it didn't really take off. That these things happen in a community. But like over the last 1.5 years, like we have tested out multiple models of learning, and this is very interesting to me personally because we are trying out different learning methodologies. Because there may not be a structured way of learning, though we have a fellowship where if you want to join and have like a structured way of learning and get a certificate out of that, you can go ahead and do that. But the most interesting part would be what we are trying to do with learning circles. And that has also evolved over the period of time. So Nilay, Achit, who are heading out, and Abir joined recently. So they are heading up quantum hardware learning circles. So what we essentially try to do is we have a plan for like 45 days, and then we invite our community members who are interested in this particular field, and then we do an interview, and then we take them in. Right now, there are 10 to 12 community members who are part of this quantum hardware learning circle, and almost 20 people who are part of a quantum machine learning circle. So why we call it a learning circle is essentially because right now, the learning resources are not a problem, right? So you can go to IBM Qiskit documentation, you can read it by yourself, you can watch YouTube videos, you can learn it by yourself. But what's missing is this feel of learning together as a collective group and learning from peers, right? So Nilay and Abir, both of them are in the 4th year of undergrad. And when you learn from someone who is at the same level as you, or like 1-2 steps ahead of you, that's all is required, right? So then learning circle is more about you learning through peers with the guidance, of course, from senior people. For example, Puvi is here, they're like more than 35 years of experience in the tech field, right? So when you mix these two things, then some kind of magic happens, and which we can clearly see in quantum hardware that's happening. So within quantum hardware, again, we have 2 streams. One is working on IonQ and one is working on metal related stuff. And eventually there's a goal of arriving at either a research paper, which means you're pursuing or pushing the boundaries of knowledge, which is what research does. So either that's the output of a learning circle, or we try to come out with a proof of concept, right? Then what's the community's role is to create this space where these kind of collaborations happen, where these kind of experimentations are happening, right? So as a community, that's what we are trying to do. And like I said, like we don't like...
I like the...
Right, yeah. So it's been an experimental journey from a community building and learning in a community space kind of a thing. And this year there'll be like more experimentations in terms of how to evaluate when these things are happening. How do you evaluate your team members anonymously? So we are just designing a framework to make sure that there is enough incentive for people to put in the effort here, and people who are putting in the effort have to be incentivized better than typically in such community settings. There's usually some kind of free rider problem, which happens in any public good / club good, if you're familiar with economic terms, which is non-rival based. And so this model is something that we are thinking about. So this year that we'll implement those things. But in terms of at a high level, you must have gotten a picture. So as a community, we stand for 3 things. It's meeting people with the same interest. That's one. Meet relevant people. And then you learn. The learning can happen either in a structured way, which is the fellowship that I talked about, or it happens through learning circles. And the third and most important part is to co-create something. And this co-creation, if it has to really happen, how do you incentivize people who are putting in the effort versus people who are riding on other people's work, right? Within a college, it's different. Everyone is of kind of the same age. Everyone puts in the same money. And then even if the output is not incentivized, it's different. But in a collaborative learning space, it's a little tricky, right? So we are experimenting on that. This is all from the community side. Now I'm going to let Nilay and Abhi take over. So the agenda for today is very simple. So we are going to be discussing the IBM 2021 challenge. If you have to like take every question and then like go through it in detail, it's going to take a lot of time. So what Nilay and Abhi would do is quickly, summarize the answers of how they went about solving these problems. And then if you guys have any questions, then we can delve deeper into these things. Okay. So that'll be the agenda. Abir, Nilay, if you have missed anything, please add on to that. Otherwise, it's open to you guys.
Yeah, it's all clear. Like, so we'll move forward. Like, essentially, we all know there were 5 questions, the 6 exercises to be solved. So like, we'll focus major on like the missing part, which was there, like which we had to do, and the rest was given from the IBM. So we'll move forward. So I'll take up the first 3, then Abhi will take up the remaining. So I'll just turn off my video to have good bandwidth. Yeah. Yeah. Is it visible, or should I turn it into the light mode? Like,
yeah, I think it's visible. I think that circuit that is there, it's slightly, yeah, light mode would be better. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So essentially, we'll start up with the exercise 1, which was majorly focusing into decomposing the Toffoli gate. So like, as we all know, what Toffoli gate is, basically it's a controlled gate where essentially you have 2 control qubits, and then you have 1 target qubit, and you only that there's always a state transformation for the target qubit only if when both the control qubits are equal to 1. So if we, and you were able to, like, you had to decompose into it's like how it actually gets implemented using the unitary gate, like into the transpiler of IBM. So essentially, if you do a bit of literature survey, you will get understanding how this Toffoli gate got actually decomposed into this set of gates. And essentially, like, we had to break it down to the lowest possible scenario, like eventually implement all the gates using the universal gates library. So if we see that Hadamard decomposition is nothing but you have like RZ pi by 2 followed by root x, and then followed by an RZ pi by 2. And if you see T dagger's implementation, it's basically you just replace RZ by minus pi by 4. And whereas the T gates implementation is essentially you just replace it by RZ pi by 4. And so like T dagger, it's like just the complex conjugate of it. So you're just replacing it pi by 4 with minus pi by 4. So I'll just reload the notebook. So yeah, so we'll start just with the importing this stuff. Yeah, so it's done. So we basically, what we have to do is basically write a program where you encode this Toffoli gate in terms of this. And again, you have to just encode Hadamard with this one, and T dagger with RZ minus pi by 4 and T with RZ pi by 4. So you do the rest of the implementation, and essentially what we do is the first three, we do it like essentially your circuit will be this. So if I compare this one with particular this one, so if we just see the first H gate, that gets implemented by RZ pi by 2 root X and RZ pi by 2, followed by a C naught, and then followed. And if we see over here, we have a T dagger gate. So we are just replacing that with RZ minus pi by 4. And then we have a C naught from Q0 to Q2, which is same as this particular C naught. And then followed by a T gate, which again, we replace it with RZ pi by 4, then followed by a C naught over here. Like rest all remains the same. You have to just replace T dagger, T and H gate, and then followed by a T dagger gate over here, which again gets replaced with RZ minus pi by 4. And then we have a T on both the gates. So we applied RZ pi by 4 and RZ pi by 4, then with a C naught. So all this is like, you can either you can write the code for all that, or like using this, or you can implement it using the circuit composer. So if I just run this one, and again, if I run this particular thing, so yeah, which is essentially the same thing. And if you had run this on your IBM-Q exercise, you would have probably got like your answer is correct with the mapped circuit. And then you can further